Hey, Ethan, it's Amy, just getting back with you on some of those things we spoke about the other day. Uh, First and foremost, let me tell you, thank you so much for getting our truck repaired and getting my husband safely back to Texas. He made it just fine, no problems at all. I think he's probably driving just a bit more gingerly on those roads as of now. But I do appreciate your work and promptness on that. So that obviously earned you a 5-star Google review. Speaking of Google, I want to get started right away showing you kind of how Google works and some of the things that we can do to help your business grow. First of all, when I just Google welding, I just want to show you kind of the way Google lines itself out. I'm sure you've noticed from doing your own searches. The first thing that comes up are things that are ads, paid ads that people are paying Google AdWords to run these ad campaigns, which are normally pay per click, pretty expensive. Then you have the map that comes up in your local area, which I told you before, Google always prefers local businesses to your big name businesses. You do show up there for me because you're very close. Our IP addresses are about 0.7 miles away. So that's why you show up there for me. Won't necessarily be for everyone that way, for you. Then the next thing that comes up are called your organic results, which is what Google really says. They're saying the very first thing that comes up underneath the map pack is the most authoritative. They know the most about this subject, which Wikipedia. They know an awful lot about just about every subject. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of content. Okay, so let's go back over here. Welding near me. Obviously, you showed up. There's no one, at least right near me, paying for any Google ads. Just under that starts coming in your most authoritative people for welding near me, which is going to be places like Thumbtack and the Angie's List. This guy here, Let It, also has more content. These people have more words. They're saying that we know more about welding than anyone else, which really they don't. Their websites are saying that to Google. So let's go to your website, which first of all, yay for having one. One thing you can do right away is add your website to your GMB. That's one thing you're missing right there. You do have a website. I just want to look at this really quick with you. I can show you right here. You've got 3 pages indexed with Google. And then this right here shows 0 for you. These are called backlinks, which are basically like votes for your website. Okay. The more number of pages, the more backlinks, and another thing called citations, which is basically where your, what they call NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number, which would be this down here, exactly the way it is listed on your GMB. If you can list that anywhere, you can list that online, any kind of directory, any kind of thing at all. That's called a citation, and that also gives you more votes with Google, which drives you up in those rankings to page 1. The only thing we have to do to beat these other guys in the map pack and in the organic rankings, because like I said, no one else has a very authoritative website. That's the only reason that Thumbtack comes up here first. They're not the best source of welders. They're just the only source that Google knows about. So all we have to do is beat those people. And I can show you right here, your top 2 local competitors. Let It Welding is in the map pack. He only has 9 pages and 3 backlinks. That's almost nothing. And his website's been up for over 2 years. So that just goes to show you not a lot of content on this. You know, some words. He's got some service pages, which are great. This guy, same, has got a couple of different pages. Only 1 page is indexed with Google. 3 backlinks, the same. Not hard to beat these guys out at all with more content. Like you can see over here on Wikipedia for welding, Google has 1.41 billion, pages indexed overall for their main URL and 21.4 thousand backlinks. They're saying, we know a lot about welding, every kind of welding, all the things welding. So we definitely don't have to be where they are, but we just have to be better in a better place than these 2 guys are to drive your website up. And these guys are completely lame. That's not hard to do. So I told you I'd tell you a couple of ways you can start doing that on your own right away. One of those ways is to optimize your GMB. Man, this is another client page, but when you go to your Google account, go to My Business, and just, man, get over here and start jacking this up. Fill it all out. Everything it asks for. Google loves itself. So every place it's given you a place to put something, photos, website, products, services, hours, all of that. You've got some of that filled out, but there's a lot of room for improvement on that. They want you to fill out and use everything they have to offer. Of course, they're going to try to sell you things to ads and phone numbers and things like that. That is nothing that you need that we can do without them, but we want to take advantage of as much free stuff as Google's going to give us. Another thing, the second thing you can do is content. Optimize your content. You've got to say all the things about welding that you can possibly say as they pertain to you and what you're willing to offer your clients. Your search terms, like right here, you kind of just listed these are great. These are excellent keywords. This is kind of what Google sees as a little bit spammy, or they will call it keyword stuffing. So instead of just listing all of these words like this, you can put this into a kind of an essay format. Say, are you looking for a welder or a fabricator near you in the Moore or Oklahoma City area? Bring all of your metalworks or welding service needs to us in the metro area. We can help you finish all your Pinterest projects. See how you can sort of string that into a web of words that definitely makes you sound like you know what you're talking about. And obviously we know you do. Another thing you can do is to optimize your photos. This is a great picture, by the way, but you need some more photos. Make sure they load quickly, things like that. Also, the alt text of those photos, if you have these photos, so you have this photo saved as garage1welding.jpg. Well, that doesn't tell anybody anything. Say you have a photo of a pickup truck that's been repaired. You could title that in your own computer, go down and resize that photo, and then name that photo truck frame repair OKC.jpg. Maybe you've done some security bars instead of just, welding pic2.jpg, change it to security bars Midwest City.jpg. That way, when Google goes and crawls your site, there are words and pictures for it to relate. Even though it doesn't say it to the person reading it, Google knows it's there, and that drives that back up for those keywords. People are definitely Googling those kind of words to find what you're offering. One more thing you can do is YouTube videos. You can upload a 30-second YouTube video to your website. Let's see here on your, instead of maybe having this book online, I'm a product. Obviously you don't sell lipstick and t-shirts, so this is something that'll need to be changed, but you could even go and add some YouTube videos in here. Do a 30-second walk around video of you, maybe you're doing a stair railing, and then you can, make some anchor text, which are the blue words you click on. Maybe your anchor text is stair railing, and you embed that with your website into that YouTube video. And YouTube is a very authoritative website. They have tons of content, loads and loads and loads of people go there. And guess who owns YouTube? Google. So one more thing you can do is to kind of take up some extra real estate online. You've got to get that map or that map, the name, address, and phone number out there. Get it onto every website you can. Yelp, yellowpages.com, Chamber of Commerce. If someone's willing to let you write a blog post on their metal fabrication about your latest project, somehow see if you can get your name, address, and phone number linked in to the bottom of their web page. Sometimes you can pay $20 a year and get a little link put in on someone's page, but you want to make sure that it's an authoritative web page. You don't want to get a link on Let It's Welding because they only have 3 backlinks. They only have 3 votes. They're like Montana instead of California in the Electoral College. Nobody cares what they have to say. People care what Wikipedia has to say, a whole lot. Of course, we can't get on Wikipedia, but we can definitely find more authoritative websites. This right here kind of shows you a little bit about that flow that we talked about. Getting those votes increases these numbers, citation flow, all of these different referring domains, which are different URLs and backlinks that are coming into Wikipedia, versus these are the ones that are coming into your competitor site, which is Let It, 0, 0, 2 referring domains, 6 backlinks, hardly anything, and yours is over here with 0. And we know how much you have to offer. So unless we tell Google what you have, they're never going to know. So anyway, I hope that this has been valuable to you, informative to you. One thing I would definitely suggest, if you want to go about all this yourself, this hover text right here is really important. You can see when you go over your hover text on your website, telling Google and everyone who Googles it that the most important things about your website are J's Unlimited, J's and Unlimited, shop and J's and Unlimited. Those are your first 3 words. This guy is saying welding OKC, welding in OKC, welding shop. This guy's saying welding, fabrication, cutting, bending, OKC. So these are these keywords that these sites are ranking, and that's one of the few reasons why they're ranking above you on Google. I would definitely suggest changing that hover text on your own website if you're going to do that yourself. If you're going to go with a brand new site, I would definitely suggest doing a much more generic name. Welding, maybe even include location, welding OKC, something like that. Anyway, I would really like to talk to you about your business needs, your business goals, what your opportunity for growth is, how much you're willing to take on, how much more work you can take, help you ditch that tortilla route, man, and spend more time with your wife and kids, coming kids, soon to be kids. So anyway, it was a real pleasure to put this together for you. Let me know what your business needs are. I'd love to sit down and talk to you, whether you are interested in a new website build, completely revamping. We can maintain, host that for you, do complete SEO, which is search engine optimization, which is basically everything I just described to you that we offer. Or we can also go a completely different route, which would be like a rental site, which is not something you would pay for me to build. It's kind of like a rental thing, and you would just rent the site, and I could forward all the clients to you unless and until you no longer want them or can't handle any more business or whatever. I feel like we've got some really low-hanging fruit and some untapped potential here to go about getting you some more ringing phones and clients. So give me a call, man. I appreciate you, again, doing such a great job on us, on our truck, and I will look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks, man. Have a great one.